like, tell us about, why you're sufficient to be this person to tear my business apart. Can we hear about your experience?
Yeah, man. I mean, I've been wholesaling / doing real estate investing for damn near 5 years now, since 2020, April 2020. So we're really close. We're like 2 months away from 5 year mark. I've made like $1 million a year the past 2 years or so. I probably made like a couple million in my entire career, and have a team of 10. I've been an astro flipping longer than Jamil has. Funny enough, right? Little do people know that Josiah used to run that stuff, and I've just been doing it for a really long time. So like I know when someone I know the next steps for anyone who's below me or beneath. Not saying you're below me. I mean like just who's like before me, who is like still building their team and stuff like that,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, I mean it's mainly that stuff, man. I've just been doing it. I've been building teams for now like 2.5 years, 3 years, right? So it's more because I feel like that's your next step, right? Like you're still a solopreneur. No?
I'm going from the stage of like, I can only work so hard. I only have 24 hours. Now I need to figure out how to leverage and grow a team and
Right.
get more results without requiring more time. And it's confusing.
Right. So yeah, no, we're just gonna talk about it. I'm gonna give you like my advice on like who I would first hire for, who your first hire should be, what they should be doing, what KPI they should be doing, what software you should be doing, right? Yeah, because I mean we can definitely talk about it and we can definitely do a hot seat, but it might just end up being that because it's just taking your business to the next step, right? So
Well,
no,
yeah,
I'm excited.
it's hot seat, bro. And one reason why like I picked you because there's a couple of people, but like I'm like Jonah is the guy for this. Like, first of all, thank you so much for doing it because
Always.
you're taking time out of your day. But I'm like Jonah is the guy, and why is Jonah the guy? Your podcast, bro. I'm looking at the guests that you've had on your podcast. I'm like, holy crap, dude! Like, who would I rather consult with than the dude that's literally like consulted with like all of these top dogs?
Ren Daniel, Pace, Jamil, Ken Clothier. Yeah, it's cool. They're cool people.
So I'm ready, bro. Like I'm ready to get vulnerable. Like it kind of sucks to do it on live, but I think it's gonna be very helpful for everybody.
I
So
think it's gonna help a lot of people, man. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be. I think we're just gonna talk about it and don't worry about it too much. Everyone's been like either they haven't done as much as you, and then fuck their opinion, or they've done more than you, and then they're not gonna like judge you if they've done more than you, right? The people who ever judge you are people who haven't done as much as you, right? Always, because there's no jealousy if someone is doing more than you, right? So yeah, let's get into it. So here's where I'll start. This is where I always want to start with a hot seat. Just start describing me in your own words. What is your business? What are you doing every day? Right? Just give me where you're at right now.
So since January, I've felt a bit confused in my strategy because last year my goal was work harder. And then I started to realize, wait a minute, there's only so many offers I can get out in a day. I primarily do MLS offers. There's only so many offers I can get out in a day. So there's a limit to me working harder. And I set this really big goal of wanting to make $1 million net in 2025. And that requires a quantum jump. That requires thinking way smarter than harder. So all of December, not all, but primarily most of December, I spent, reading books like Traction and implementing Traction, scaling up. I didn't implement too much stuff, but I read the book Scaling Up, Buy Back Your Time, things like that. And then I had this plan that come January, I would build out a team of people to like do the discovery phase of MLS offers, age of the roof, AC, water heater, major issues, mold, termite damage, foundation issues, the drill. And that I would have my underwriter underwrite them. And then we'd let my automations, handle the rest. And their job is just discovery and then clear out their inbox every single day. So we started the process of hiring. And I should also preface that I got rid of anybody that was not an A player before January. So like I had a crummy video editor that, wasn't an A player, got rid of him because I'm like, I don't want no cancers on my team. I only want A players. So we started hiring. We tried the American route and we brought one guy on, and
Well, what's your team right now? Who do you have right now? God damn it! Did I lose him?
you still there?
No, I'm here.
We're good.
Sorry.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think I either I glitched out or you glitched out for a sec. Who do you have right now?
Okay,
What's
so
your team
right now there's me. There's I have a soft business partner. We're in the dating phase. Ramon. There's my sister as my assistant. She's
Wait, talk
handling.
to me about like their job roles. What job roles do you have right now?
Okay,
Just
so
saying names.
Nathan. Yeah, so Nathan holds the ship together, and
Okay.
focuses on like creating content, bringing wholesalers into our environment, um, and whatnot. There's my sister who is coming up with like creative stuff, like events, challenges, whatnot, scripting content, handling my social media for the most part. Then there's my editor. My editor just rips like 4 reels or like 2 reels in a long form video a day. Then there's my soft business partner, Ramon. He's handling the dispo side, helping me sell deals, building a buyer's list. He's also a real estate agent, so it helps us because we get MLS access. And then there's Alvin, my underwriter, and Alvin can underwrite a maximum of like 45 to 50 properties a day.
Okay, that's a decently sized team. I would say, okay, so we don't have an admin assistant, so no one's helping with like just generally CRM.
Sorry, Ebony. I forgot to mention Ebony. Yes,
Okay, so we do have.
I hope she doesn't watch this. She just does her job. It totally slipped my mind because she just shows up and does her job and flies under the radar. She scrapes leads and adds them to my system and skip trace stuff and just flows perfectly.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, I got that. So let's like start breaking down like give me the flow of your leads. So like give me just a flow of your business of like how you run your business. So it's just shooting out a ton of MLS offers. Describe more to me.
Yeah. So I feel like my business kind of has like 3 places in which income comes from. There's MLS offers / agent relationships. There's wholesaler JVs, and there is affiliate income. So like we got the media side of things, which it gets troubling managing all of it. We got the media side of things. We have the wholesaler relationships and outreach, and then we have ripping MLS offers and building agent relationships. And I feel like I'm spread very thin.
Which makes you the most money?
JV relationships and agents, they kind of are like about 50-50 right now. It kind of fluctuates a little bit, but if we were to add affiliate income in with the wholesaler JV relationships, then it would definitely be wholesaler JV. And I've actually lately been really pondering the idea of dropping MLS offers because it takes me approximately 80 hours in order to like get a deal and close a deal with MLS offers.
You're doing too much. First off, like in my opinion, you don't have the team to be going. Those are 3 different business models, right? Imagine if you like what people don't how people most often screw up when they start scaling up is they do several different business models at once. They do direct to seller, they do agents, they do wholesalers. You've got affiliates thrown in there as well, right? You need to start cutting out business models that just aren't making that much money, right? Like the first thing is to decide like really delve into the numbers. Which one have you been actually making more money from, right? You're saying it's about 50-50, but you're leaning towards dropping agents, which makes me feel like it's probably not 50-50.
If we like group together like affiliate and wholesale, because they really play into each other, wholesaler affiliate like really weighs it that way. Not only that, but I really love working with wholesalers. I really love creating content and connecting with people. And
anybody related to agents, just cut them. You should just stop doing agents then, in my opinion. If you love working with wholesalers, that your social media is like bringing wholesalers to you to bring you deals and stuff like that, and you can grow that, you should just immediately cut everyone and anything to do with giving offers on the MLS. It's just not worth it, right? You could be just making so much more money off of a JV model by doing that, right? because you need to be able to scale it out. You need to be able to scale the JV model out, whatever model you choose. You need to be able to scale it out to the point where you are just managing it before you start another model, right?
Mm-hmm.
I do agents in JV, but like I'm not really actively JVing. It's more like students of mine come to me or people from my social media come to me, right? And then I just pop them into the system. But I'm not doing like active like wholesaler outreach, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't do that. My main thing is real estate agents. I like real estate agents way more than the JV model for me personally, right? The JV model I only do is more of just like a kind of side thing where like you know, like an extra 10 to 20 grand will come in a month, but like the much more money for me comes from agents, right? So you got to focus in on what you think is going to make you more money, right? And just choose something, right? So it sounds like I think you already know which one you're going to choose. It sounds like you're already thinking about it. So
I had a long plane ride yesterday, and I was going over all my analytics, and I'm like, oh man, I almost solved my problem before you came on, but I'm like, I got to hear still from Jonah if like this is actually the solution.
That's going to be the most revolutionizing thing for you is to focus, right? Mm-hmm. Focusing is the most important thing in business, in my opinion, always. Just focus in on whatever's either making you happier or making you more money. Those are the only two things that matter, right? Is either increase happiness, which for me is just, and most people I think is more time to do whatever you want, or increase money, right? It will increase time / happiness and also money probably. Because what's going to happen is your brain is going to be freed from whatever the fuck is happening with your MLS deal offers. You can fire your underwriter for now, right? Or you could keep them if they're necessary for wholesaling. I don't know who else is related to just the agent stuff, but you can just get rid of people, reduce the staff, and then really like, okay, now let's develop a true system for JV, right? So like, for instance, let's say for this JV model, are you conscious of your KPIs? Like what KPIs do you track?
I don't really have a set
Any
KPIs for the JV. Yeah. I kind of do, but like I'd love to hear your opinion on what I should.
So you need to get a set, right? So like how you figure it out is just by being like, okay, if I'm Nathan and I'm the guy closing, how many wholesalers do I need to talk to every single day to get one written contract, right? So it's like,
okay,
it's always, this is where it leads to conversations, number of conversations you're having, number of leads you're having, and then in the case of JV, it's not offers, but it's how many like deals are being sent to you, and then how many of those deals actually end up being worthy of dispoing, and then how many deals were assigned, and then how many closed. Right?
Quick question.
So you want me to go over that again?
With the deals received, because like we have spammy wholesalers that just send us absolute garbage. Are we including those?
Yeah, I would include those.
Okay,
I'd include it.
Convos,
you want to start with like conversations ad, number of deals sent to you, aka leads, how many are worthy of being dispoed, how many of them get assigned, and then how many of them actually close, right?
Okay.
And once you start tracking these things with you, Nathan, just focusing all in on this, then you can start generating ratios, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can do this for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. If you're diligently counting your KPIs, and I trust me, you're like me, you have a similar personality to me. I fucking hate doing that shit. It's super annoying, right? It's very aggravating. It's much funner to just do the deals than to like write down KPIs, but you got to do it. You do it every day for like a month, right? And you just calculate. It's like, okay, if I have 150 conversations, that equals a 10K check or a 20K check, right? Pretty consistently based on January's numbers or whatever, right? Once you know this, now you know, okay, as long as X is happening, money comes in, right? Because the issue is if you aren't tracking KPIs at all, really, then what happens is you don't know when money's coming in. You don't know what's happening in your business. You don't have KPIs with your employees, then like you have no idea what the fuck they're doing all day, right? Because I know if you don't have any KPIs, then they probably don't have any KPIs, right? If I had to give a guess. We're just kind of like just doing shit. And now you don't know where the problems are in your business. For other employees, KPIs is really important because then you can figure out what they're doing right or what they're doing wrong, right? So your first step is just immediately get rid of the agent offers. Just end that tomorrow. We're done. We're not doing agent offers anymore.
Should I continue the already pre-existing relationships though, and like processing those pocket listings?
How many do you have?
I have 1,200 people on basic follow-up sequence, but I would say I probably get about like 1 to 2 worth looking at leads a day on autopilot.
My gut tells me to just cut it off completely. That's what my gut says, right? Because you're half-assing both models, right? You got to choose one, right? Because every time you're talking to an agent, you could be talking to a wholesaler, right? So,
dude, I have 100 plus messages in my inbox a day that I have to respond to, and most of them are like, "Hey, sorry, we don't have anything."
Right? So like it's just like not worth it, right? You should just cut it off and just keep whoever like agents you closed a deal with. Those are the only ones you actually follow up with from now on. That's like 10 people, right? Probably max, or I don't know, like however many you have, right? That like know your name, you close the deal, they like you a lot, right? I keep the VIP agents. Everybody else just stop following up, get that shit cleared out, free up some time because we got to free up a lot more of your time for just focusing in on whatever method we're going to do, right? So I would just cut it off basically. And then I would start your main thing for the first month is you got to develop KPIs, right? Okay. You won't be able to hire anyone unless you know the KPIs, right? You can also ask Jamil. I'd ask Jamil and John Galan because they're doing a lot more micro flipping than I am about their specific KPIs. I haven't done wholesalers as an outreach model in over 4 years, right? Like I personally don't like the model. It's not for me, what I like doing. But if you know you like it, then like you got to start getting KPIs from other people, right? And being like, okay, what are the KPIs that people are hitting right now, especially in you're in Florida, no? Florida market?
Yeah. Yep.
I would definitely hit John and ask him his KPIs for wholesalers, right? And then go off that, right? Spend the next month developing the KPIs. Say your team again. Go through your team one more time because we might have to get rid of a few people or move them around.
Okay, so there's Nathan that holds the shit together. And then there's Ramon, my soft business partner, but it's going very well.
How good is
he's been handling dispo and he's really got a knack for conversing with these buyers. He's also on the ground as an agent in our market. And he's actually better at like communicating with buyers than I am. He just clicks with them a lot better.
Okay. Does he like, I guess here's the thing with wholesalers, where your value is how quickly can you sell their deal, right? Can you sell their deal quicker than anybody else? Can you beat John? Can you beat Keegley? Because all these people are in your market. Can you beat One Roof, right? Can you beat, what's the name of them? New Western. So you have to have a really good system for getting deals out like immediately. How quick is this guy?
So. This system that I have is actually perfect for wholesalers. So pretty much it hits the inbox. We prioritize micro flips because they're already under contract. So immediately when it hits the inbox, Alvin is already running the numbers on it. And then Alvin notifies me, lets me know that it's a deal. I immediately reach out to that wholesaler, say, hey, I agree. This is a deal. We'd like to blast it. You cool with that? They say, yes, we're cool with it. Then immediately I send it to Ramon and Ramon's on it like within 10 minutes, getting it out to the buyers and then starting to call the buyers.
You're happy with his performance overall?
I'm pretty happy with his performance. He actually, we were trying to find him a really good spot in the business, and we just recently found him in the dispo spot, and like he's just been crushing it, building really good relationships, enjoying it. And then he'll also help me with like strategy and whatnot. So like he's been like helping me make connections together.
In making him a partner or not, I'm just letting you know, like most dispo people get paid like 10% of all the deals generally, but we can worry about that later. The more important thing is just making sure you have a really good dispo person. That's really key for wholesaling. So you're already prioritizing wholesalers. So, okay, great. Keep going through your team again.
I'm just writing this down. Okay. High quality dispo.
That's what like your value to the marketplace, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, like, why are you better? Why are you more useful to me as an ACK wholesaler than like my own buyers list? Probably because I have a shit system, right? So you have to have like an on it system, right? That's how you win as a dispo wholesaler. It's like you have to make it so easy for me to sell deals that it's like, okay, dude, like fuck, like what am I doing? I should just log up more contracts, right?
Okay. So we're talking like speed, communication.
Yeah, speed, communication, getting back to people, mentoring people. All of these things are like what's going to make you a really good dispo wholesaler, right? Like I'm kind of a shit dispo wholesaler. I'm not gonna lie. It takes my machine takes a little while to get moving, right? I don't like it, but it just is what it is right now. And because like I'm just more of an act guy, I'm more focused on the acquisition. I want my acquisition system locked in more than my disposition system. But you need to have it where it's you're locked in, right? That's like your value to the marketplace. And you got to like, that has to be present on your mind with every decision you make, right?
So
So
my view is that a deal comes in, we process it. Every single thing that somebody sends me, we always give them feedback, full breakdown analysis, our math, our comps, a Loom video, everything. And we already have that system in place where that happens. I want to guarantee, buy prices within 24 hours or I'll buy you coffee, just so that I set myself apart from everybody else. And then a big thing that I want implemented is really data-driven communication. Hey, we sent out your deal to this many people. This is how many people responded. This is, how many people were interested. Here's the feedback, like a full report that we can pass on to them. In having Ramon on that dispo side, we'll be able to start putting together those reports because my time is spread thin. And then I also really want to like have the loyalty of new people. So I want to get them while they're young, get them going, and just be so good of a dispo outlet that they don't have a need to even look for anybody else.
At some point, they'll want to do dispo on their own. That's just the nature of the business. It's like people want to keep growing, people want to keep expanding. But the point is that you like have them for a time, right? Where it just makes more sense, right? So yeah, so keep going through your people. I just want to make sure we got people in the right place.
Yep. So Nathan, me, and then we have Ramon, who's handling dispo, my soft business partner. And then we have Lori, my assistant. She's been handling my social media, scripting content, creating challenges. Like not like a traditional social media manager where like they post and they have like copy and paste stuff. Like it's like really like intimate to my brand, my audience. She's actually my sister, so she knows me really well. She'll handle my DMs, wish everybody a happy birthday in my DMs, respond to comments, and people have no clue that it's her. It sounds exactly like me. Script really good content, come up with really good events, challenges, and whatnot. Her main goal, her rock, is to increase affiliate income from $4,000 a month to $15,000 a month before the end of Q1 through optimizing all of my funnels, creating really good engaging content. And pretty much it's like create content, send people into funnel, through the funnel, convert them into either a JV partner or an affiliate.
And that's cool. And she's managing all of that. You just have to create the content and she's figuring all that shit out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Cool. We tried finding a Filipino social media manager and nobody can compare.
That's not how that works. Yeah, you need an American one. You need someone who actually knows what they're doing, right? Yeah. So okay, I like that. Keep going. Who else?
Okay, so Nathan, Ramon, Lori, and then we have Alvin. I've had Alvin for about a year and a half. He is way better at underwriting than I am. Alvin is my underwriter. He can underwrite between 40 and 50 properties a day, depending on how complex the properties are. He's actually a higher quality underwriter than me. So when he's on downtime, so when he's not at max capacity, what he's doing is he's going back and he's checking his numbers and seeing like, hey, where was I off? And if I was off, why? And sometimes he'll also be like, hey, dude, I was like really off on this one. I don't know why. And I'm really curious. Here's the person. Can you reach out to them and try to figure out why? It's really, really, really cool, dude. He's thriving in his role. I give him bonuses. I give him a $250 bonus every single time we close a deal that he touched. So he's very incentivized to get the numbers spot on. Any questions about him before I go on to the next one?
No, you're good. I like everyone who's on your team so far.
Okay. And then we have Christmas, my editor. She is absolutely wonderful. We replaced our previous editor because he was stealing company time, and his English was terrible and his communication was shit. And we replaced them with an A-player, Christmas. So Christmas, she's like even ripped 5 reels in a day, and she does high quality content. You probably catch my content on Instagram. It's very good. Grammar's good. Context is good. She understands it. So yeah, like her maximum is 5 a day. Her absolute minimum is 14 in a week, plus a video content. But she's the kind of person where, like, if I ask for a revision, she'll literally come in on her off time, revise it. And like when I have problems after hours, I gotta say, like, don't worry, wait until the next day, come in on the next day.
Right. Okay.
And then
keep going.
We have Ebony. Ebony's good, but she only wants to do part-time. And the reason why is because she's struggling to stay up at night, which is totally understandable. I stayed in Asia for 2 months. So she works in the morning. She does admin tasks like scraping leads from Privy and inputting them into my system, managing the deals inbox, ensuring that people that are asking for free underwriting are submitting.
Probably need a full-time admin assistant, to be honest. Like, I like doing exactly what you're talking about. You just are going to need it. Like, admin assistants are so helpful. They can do everything. I have admin assistants respond as me to agents, right? Like, I've trained them so they know how to text exactly like me, right? You could have the same thing with wholesalers, right? I have admin assistants who create workflows and go high level nowadays, right? You should. Well, I pay a lot. I pay like $10 an hour. If you can create, if I can just tell you what I want and you can create workflows and just make it and go high level, that's a $10 an hour type of person, right? In my opinion, like my main girl, Melissa, she's like basically my COO at this point. She manages the other VAs. She creates workflows. She's able to, she created a whole new lead acquisition source plan, basically. And I just approved it, right? You eventually want to get A players like that who are like beyond admin assistants, right? No offense to her, she's a great human being, but someone who's only can do halftime is not what you need right now. You're going to need admin people, especially for the wholesaling model, because you're about getting the system correct. Staff-wise, I think that's the only thing that might need to change. That's what I would recommend. But honestly, and I don't even need to, I just don't want to overwhelm you. I feel like the main thing is completely end agent acquisitions, turn off all the follow-ups tomorrow, right? Except for those like that of an agent you actually closed the deal with. Fully focus in on like, okay, how are we getting these wholesalers? Are we doing Facebook outreach? Where are we finding wholesalers right now? Part of it is our social media. How are you doing that?
Yeah. The bulk of them are inbound from my social media, through like what we do is like we establish credibility through content with other industry leaders. We show up consistently and we help people by conducting business live. And
we need a little bit more than that. We want more than that too. We need some outbound as well. Inbound's great, but like if we want $1 million net to Nathan, we need a system for actively outbound, right?
You know what I was thinking on this one is like I love newbies. I love helping them. I love helping them get their first deal, but it's a lot of work for sometimes a little reward. I was thinking I would like go after, for example, Googling we buy houses and calling those wholesalers because those are PPC wholesalers. Focusing on like paid mentorships and like going through the member directory and like cold calling every single one of them and making sure that like I have the top cream of the crop wholesalers, actively sending me their deals. And then also like scouting out like influencers content. So I'll give you an example. Jonah, you've had some awesome people on your live stream, and I would love to like, DM them like, yo, what's up? My name is Nathan. I'm in Florida. You get what I mean, right? And not just you, but like every influencer in the economy. Howard was one of those. Yo, we made.
Some of those I like.
Howard came on the live stream. He learned how to wholesale through the live stream. We got him a deal on the live stream. He kept coming on stage. He got the deal on the live stream. He closed it, and then he quit his job on the live stream.
That's crazy. Love that.
Yeah.
Some of those I like. Here's how you actually get a PPC wholesaler. You know how you really do it?
How?
Say you're going to send them deals first. But what you do is you send them so many deals, they're like, wait, what the fuck? Wait, maybe I should send you deals. How do you have so many fucking deals, right? That's what I've noticed, is how I've been able to really get like big boy PPC types of wholesalers is like, they're like, wait a minute, you have a better system than I do, right? It's like you send them 5 deals. They like are like, okay, they try to start getting information and you're like, okay, that one already sold, bro. Sorry. My bad. Like that one sold, this one sold. Like this is just is what it, like if you start doing that and you're like, whoa, you sold that in like 8 hours. It's like, yeah, man, that's just how we work here, you know? Like anytime you want to send us a deal, I mean, this is kind of what we do, you know? Then you kind of flip it on them and they're like, damn, okay, maybe I should send that deals to him, right? The PPC wholesalers, it's like they're like, if you come to them and are like, I can sell your deals, they're like, bro, who the fuck are you? Right? That's just what they're gonna think immediately. So you have to like show credibility by like showing them that you're better than them and that you're more valuable in that way, right? Because everybody wants to be sent deals. Less people want to have you send their deals, right? Just
Maybe
if you don't have.
Maybe for now I focus on like social media because my social credibility, my standing on social media kind of makes that objection not even a problem. They just look at my social media and they're like, oh yeah, I mean, you do it. If I cold call and they don't have my social media, it's going to be like, now I have to like convince them. And that seems weird. Hey man, I'm a micro influencer. I make content with you.
That, like what you can do. I don't mind the affiliate. What you're doing is a form of affiliate marketing, basically, right? That's what you're doing with like doing content, and then people come to you and are like, hey, like I want to do business with you, Nate, right? Like because I like your content, and that'll always be like a form of income, and that's great, right? That's nothing wrong with that. But that usually until you get to like a pace level, that can't be your only source, right? It won't get you to
weird. If it was my only source, I don't think it would feel right.
That's up to. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily wrong, but like you have to be at a different level of this shit. You have to be at like a Pacer Jamil level to be able to just have $1 million net. Like Jamil makes $1 million net to him from Astro students, right? Probably, but like that's like the type of level you have to be at, and that takes years, right? So we need to get, if we're doing this in 2025, we need more than that, right? We need way more leads than that, right? So we have to be doing things like the what, like you're an Astro student, so like what Jamil taught us in the Astro course of like reaching out to Facebook people. One of my favorite places is LinkedIn for wholesalers. Really? I think that's also a great place to reach out to people. I had a lot of luck with LinkedIn. Is like finding real estate investors. And also you can find really good cash buyers on LinkedIn. It's like cash buyers and wholesalers. I think Facebook and LinkedIn, we gotta like just add in. We gotta like have. I don't know. I should ask this too. Like, what's your monthly budget right now where you feel comfortable just spending on OpEx, where Nathan still receives a salary every month? Because we need to make sure you're getting paid every single month, no matter what.
Yeah. So right now my overhead is sitting around 6,500 a month.
Where do you feel comfortable right now?
No. Let's dig in. So the hesitation is I'm really uncomfortable with contraction. However, I will say that currently at the moment, I don't really feel comfortable with the current overhead. It's a lot to carry. As a matter of fact, just to be fully transparent with you, I was going to stay another month in Medellin, Colombia, but like, you know, we were planning on like hiring another underwriter to process the influx of deals. You know, I have my sister on salary.
Don't hire another underwriter.
Like, dude, I literally went back to Canada because I'm like, I'm just going to save money this month because like this is really fucking tight.
Yeah. Well, you also, okay, so then if that's true, then you got to like, okay, we're not going to expand more. We're going to have Your admin assistant
She's only
needs to
she's
be
$200, bro. She's $200 a week. It's like, well,
no,
let's
I
see,
know.
$5 an hour.
I'm saying like how much is your dispo person? Is he taking like
20%.
20%? He's 20%.
Yeah.
That's high for a
But he's
shop. He might
also
be really good at
he's
it.
also a business partner. So
Yeah.
like we're strategizing and like he's like helping me get like, you know, top people on my
To you, but
podcast
like
and whatnot.
20%, like 20% is a lot for just selling the deals. It's
Mhm.
hard because if he's really good, I get it too, but that's a fuck ton of money. Just take off the top of revenue, right? Because also kind of your value as a dispo wholesaler is having those relationships with buyers, right?
Mhm.
And so like if he has all the relationships, let's say something goes south with the partnership, right? What happens to those buyers? Do you keep them? Do they even know who the fuck you are? Right? That's
Yeah.
a business risk, right?
They're all
Right there.
in my CRM on my phone number. And like
Yeah.
I own the
Okay, that's
platform.
better.
So
Okay, that makes me feel a little better about it. Okay.
this guy has been trying really, really hard to conduct business with me. Like literally he spent like a good like 2 months just like strategizing, helping me with like odds and ends and like being like, bro, like I know the money's gonna come, like you're up next. Like, and dude, he's been persistent. It's been like the past 6 months of like him just like, man, I want to be a business partner with you and want to be a business partner. Like I'll take what I can get. And I'm like, and we're trying to find him a perfect role, and we finally found Dispo. Like I tell you what, you know, 20% of net from Dispo. So let's say, for example, let's say even this. Let's say, you know, he sends it to John Galon and John Galon sells it, and it's a $10,000 spread. John gets 5,000, we get 5,000, he gets 20% of that 5,000. So 20% of net.
Yeah, but how do we become John Galon? That's what you were aiming towards. Is like
Yeah,
why
I
we
want
should be
to be bigger than
better
him
than John.
actually.
Yeah. So like we need to
Yeah.
be better than him, right?
Well, I
Why
think
is
here's the
John
advantage
able to
that I
out
have. The
right?
advantage that I have is I have social media reach and credibility, and like he's really
Yeah.
competent, but like he doesn't have as much reach and credibility in collaborations. So I just need to be better at him than like.
You have a two-pronged problem, right? Because it's a hard thing because a lot of your money is coming in from social media, but it's also costing you a lot of money. So like I'm curious, like if you've tracked this, how much you're paying your sister and how much you're paying your editor. Is that does social media at the very minimum cover their salaries? Like however much you make from social media?
Let's actually add it up right now. So I paid my sister $12.50 an hour. Currently, she's doing approximately part-time. We had her full-time at first, but we dialed her back because overhead is high. So times 20 hours is $250 a week. And then
Oh, why are we splitting it 50-50? Why are we doing any 50-50 deals with John Klon? Is that like still a thing? Is that a thing you do?
Yes, it is. And I'll blast it to my buyers as well. But if he gets a buyer and I don't, then it's like, you know, half someone is better than 100% of nothing.
Why don't you, that's dumb. Why don't you just send it to him at the same price that you send it to your buyers and say, do you want to sell it or what?
I feel like that might cause bad rapport with my dispo wholesalers because I would be pissed if somebody did that to me.
Why? If I send you a deal at, let's say, okay, I'm sending to my buyers at 200 grand, put your fee on top. What? That's my system. Why would that piss you off? No, I'm sorry. Like, sorry, there's no room on this one. I need you to sell it over 200 grand. You don't have to do 50-50. Someone only deserves 50-50 if like they're exclusive and they're doing all the dispo. Bro, you're paying 50-50 to John Galon and then you're paying 20% to your dude. That's why you're not making any money. Right there. 70% of your wholesale deals are going to other people. Bro, like that, what? No, that won't break rapport. Tell them like, I'm sorry, I'm not doing 50-50 anymore. My business requires that I get paid. And if you don't like it, suck it, right? I'm sending you this deal. If you don't want to work it, okay, I have my buyers, right? That's what I would do, right? and then you don't rely on other people. That's your problem. That's your biggest problem. Like, part of your problem is like you're overextended, but also part of the problem is you just gave away 70% of your business to other people just because you think maybe someone will be mad at you when they definitely won't be.
Okay, so as I'm piloting this concept, what about on the flip side? What about people that send me deals? Because I want 50-50.
Well, I would just tell them it's like, is this like an exclusive person, or is this someone who like is giving you a shot? So there's different types of relationships, right? So for instance, if I help them out, underwriting the deal, comping the deal, helping them with negotiation, that deserves 50-50. But if you just sent me an already locked up contract, if you offer me 50-50, I'll take it. But I'm not gonna expect you to give me 50-50 if you already have locked it up. It's already at a really good price you're selling it at, and I know I can add 10 grand. I'm just gonna sell it ASAP, right? And make my 10 grand, right? I'm not worrying about whatever someone else is making. It just depends. I know John Galan isn't underwriting your deals. You literally have an underwriter. So what the fuck are they bringing to the table? Just the buyer? That doesn't deserve 50-50. What deserves 50-50 is like, you are my entire disposition system. I have 0 buyers. I don't want to find any buyers. You're my underwriting system too. Then all my business is focusing on acquisitions, and I don't have to do anything dispositions wise. Why the fuck am I paying a dispositions manager 20%? Why do I even have buyers if you're going to take 50%, right?
Interesting. What about
if you're doing underwriting and you're doing everything for me and all I got to do is lock up the contract, that deserves 50-50. But someone who's just finding a buyer, that's not worth 50-50. Sometimes people offer me that and I'll take it, but I'm never offering that to anyone else. I say, no, but add your fee on top. It's a good fucking deal. Figure it out. Or I'll sell it because I have a fuck ton of buyers, right? So, bro, that's like, you're literally just by those two things going to increase your revenue by, you're going to 3x your revenue. You're going to 3x your revenue just by doing that immediately.
I'm writing it down. 70% of my revenue.
If someone offers you 50-50, take it on the dispo side. But also, if they just send you a good deal and you didn't do that much on the acquisition side, then just fucking sell it, you know? I don't know where you got that idea. So it sounds like I really gotta. I mean, that was a bit of a hard concept to palate, but you know, you're right. Like, if I've done all the work, you know, why are we 50-50ing? Bro, I sent you a deal. You can make 10 grand on it. Do you want to make 10 grand or do you not want to make 10 grand? Right? Yeah, or 5 grand. If you don't want to make it, all right, I got my buyers and I got plenty of other dispos, dude. Like, you're not that valuable to me, right? If you didn't understand the Florida market at all, and like, for instance, like for a while I was trying out Florida and I said, John, like, I negotiated something way better than 50-50, right? I said 75-25. And I will send you all my deals. I'm going to do no underwriting. You do all the underwriting, right? And I'm just going to send you with all the info. And I'm just going to be an acquisition source for you, an exclusive acquisition source via agents, right? And he was like, all right, sure, I know, because you can lock up deals, I'm willing to do it, right? And it's exclusive, right? But even that, dude, that like cut my revenue by so much, bro. Like, dude, I cannot. That's crazy. That's crazy. No wonder. I really gotta burn this bro, you think you can You think you can net yourself $1 million when you're giving away 70% of your business off tops just cause? No shot. It's physically impossible. That means you have a $4 million business, and everyone else is making $3 million while you make $1. And half of it's going to John Galan. It's physically impossible unless you change that. Okay, so I'm gonna make this, bro. I'm glad we got that. I'm glad we fucking got that one. I can't believe you were doing that. So, okay, so glad that stopped. Let's keep going then. So, okay. How many buyers do we have?
Approximately 1,200 active buyers currently,
Okay, are
and
these like
we've made it a goal.
actual cash buyers, or are these like
Vetted,
maybe?
actual cream of the crop, tax records. We don't fuck with anybody that's not on the tax records.
Okay, then yeah, you do not need to be giving John Galan 50-50. That's crazy. That's
And we
insanity in and of
Yeah, well, the reason why like I started like relying on dispo wholesalers so heavily is Ernesto and I used to be business partners, and he wanted to go start his own company, and he used to handle the dispo side. So like once he like took off, I'm like, fuck, it was like too much. It was like, so I would just leverage the dispo wholesalers. But now that I have Ramon, and Ramon's at 20%, we're really ramping up the dispo
realistically, I'm gonna
again.
be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
With the stage that you're at, off top, 100% stop doing 50-50 with people on selling your deals. That's got to end immediately. Just be like, no, sorry, we're renegotiating this. This is not how I'm doing business anymore. I'm just sending it to you at a price and you sell it higher. That's it. If you don't like it, that's all good, right? That has to stop off top. Ramon at 20%, where you're at right now, that's still a lot. I'm still very cautious of that. I think it would still be better. I think what needs to happen is you cut off agent acquisitions and you just dispo, and you learn how to dispo. It's not that fucking hard. It's annoying, but you could learn how to dispo if you needed to, right? I'll let you think about that one more. I'm not sure that I'd have to know more about your business, but like with those two things, you would automatically triple your business immediately, right? Without doing anything else. And with that, you can do just so much more, where it's like, that's like got to be like the cutoff. I don't want to give you too much, but the first homework is cut off agent acquisitions, and then cut off the 50-50s, and then think of a system, start creating a system where new wholesalers are thrown into Nathan's pipeline the same way agents are, and then they're followed up every other week for deals. And we need to get to like 1,000 to 2,000 wholesalers ASAP, right? And we have to have a system that like sells their deal within 48 hours max, if it's a deal, right? Those are your 3 objectives to actually getting to 1 million this year. And some of those you can cut off the top pretty damn easily. But really, I don't really want to give you more than that. There's probably a ton more things we could do to sharpen things up. But like with those 3 things, it's you're gonna be a lot more fucking profitable. I'll tell you that much.
Because I feel like I'm like so. It's like, wow, so much money is passing through my hands. It's like, how much is left actually in my hands?
Yeah, bro. Dude,
yeah.
Like, even if you keep Ramon, you double your business by not doing 50-50 with dispos. It's like, sorry, bro, add your 5K on top. I don't think a dispo will get mad at you for that unless they help with the acquisitions process.
What about those dispos that let me 50-50 with them? So, like, for example, there's a guy
I'm not advising them right now. Just fucking keep doing 50-50 with them then, Like, I'm not gonna, I like, dude, like, it's a negotiation thing. Like, I'm not advising them. I'm advising Nate, right? What they should do, I mean, it depends, right? Like, what they should do is, if they have their own dispo system, they should not be going 50-50 with you. A lot of people just kind of give it up for 50-50 because they think it's fair. I'm not like that. I'm like, no, fuck you guys. Like, I'm going to negotiate this, right? I want my price, right? I don't mind if you make something on top, but this is my view of dispo, of how to make dispo wholesaling work. I definitely wouldn't say shit to the 50-50 people. Like, that's great. You get 50% of their business off tops.
Now, on
right?
like
if they decide to renegotiate one day, it's on
them. So for the people the wholesalers that come into my
sorry, keep going.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, are you helping these people with acquisitions at all?
No, but I can say that like there's an example of one person that like we've sold a bunch of her deals, she sold a bunch of our deals, and like we always just rip 50/50s. Maybe something like that. I keep like, dude, John never sends me his
Yeah,
deals, bro. Why
fine.
am I giving him 50% of
That
mine?
that's fine. If like you have like this really good relationship or something and it's like an even exchange of deals, that's something different.
Mhm.
How many deals are John Gallant sending you?
None. He doesn't send anybody his
Zero.
deals.
Literally zero. So he's love the guy. He's a great guy. He's a friend of mine, but
Yeah.
that's trash relationship. Sorry, fuck you. I'm sending it to you at this price. Sell it or don't, right? And maybe he won't try. You won't work the deals as hard, but who cares? You have 1,200 buyers, right?
Yeah.
Like that's my like. You're just something like that. That's fine, right? If you feel like it's an even exchange, okay, that's a different relationship, obviously.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, like what the fuck to anyone else? Absolutely not.
Mhm. Hey, can I share something with you?
Sure.
Okay.
Who else is splitting 50-50 in here? That's crazy. That's so wild to me. You have to do so much, in my opinion, to get a 50-50 from me.
Okay. This is what I came up on the plane with yesterday. So this is a super simplified what I'm thinking I'll do going forward. So I agree, cutting agents is very important. So to put it simply, these are my action steps. So there's the profitable partnerships, which is like, building partnerships with quality wholesalers, finding, them through like influencers content, Googling we buy houses, paid mentorships, and heavily nurturing those relationships. Then we have key influencers, which brings more people into the top of my funnel. So attach ourselves to key influencers. These are my favorite ones: Jamil, Jerry Norton, Brent Daniels, and Grant Cardone. And then compound my credibility, my social credibility through micro influencer collaborations. This key influencers thing right here is going to help both the profitable partners because it'll mean less selling, and then it'll also help this next part, which is my Rising Stars community. So Rising Stars is like kind of like a nurturing ground for like newbies and creating strong loyal bonds, and also affiliate income. So create quality content leading to funnels. So the funnels being like, hey, we're doing a systems challenge or we're doing a wholesale boot camp every single month.
Yeah, I get you.
Convert them into JV partners and affiliates through those challenges, and then nurture it into success and loyalty through things like the daily accountability call, like giving them a place where they can thrive. And these people will be like my cream. Like it'll be a long play, but they'll be like loyal, and I want to be the best dispo outlet to the point where they don't even feel the need to go look for other outlets. These
There's
people
gonna
are
be
here.
at some point, everyone's gonna build their own dispo system. Like you
Yeah.
just have to realize that too. There's going to be a certain point where everyone gets to a certain level where they're like, okay, I'm good. Appreciate you, Nate. Like, but like, I have my own buyers now. I'll still send you deals, but like, I'm not going to use you exclusive anymore. That's always going to happen with every wholesaler because every wholesaler is trying to build, right? Because every wholesaler at some point is going to realize what I just told you, where like, wait, I can make way more money if I just do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
The key influencers, yes, that's somewhat important, but it's not as important as you would think, in my opinion. I think the profitable partners and the rising stars is 10 times more important. Just FYI. The
Profitable
key influencers
partner.
is cool. Like it's not like a bad thing to have those people in your box, right? But like
Mm-hmm.
the only way that they help is if somehow you can add value to them so much that they're willing to lift you up somehow, right? Which you're
That's a
doing a
plan.
pretty good job with Neil and
That's
Ash.
exactly the plan. Yeah.
But like that takes time.
These people
And
right here.
it's possible. Right. But
Yeah.
like, for instance, Grant Cardone is a terrible person for you. Grant Cardone does
Grant, okay, so multifamily is my 3-year goal, so that's why I put him there. But like Grant Cardone, I'm kind of like on the fence about because sometimes he says some really out of pocket stuff.
I don't even mean about his personality. I mean like business model wise, what you're trying to achieve. He would be a garbage influencer. He doesn't speak to wholesalers. You need wholesaler influencers, right? So Jerry Norton, Brett Daniels, those guys are cool, but everybody else like absolutely useless.
Okay.
So. But like this is fine and all of that, but you really got to think about is yes, affiliate marketing, which is what you're doing, that works.
Mm-hmm.
That's takes a while. This is the long play. You need the short play too, which is like, we just need to fucking blow up Facebook groups. We need to blow up LinkedIn. We need to think about the best lead sources to find as many wholesalers as physically possible to get in the database ASAP, so I can get fuck ton of money immediately, right? This is the long play. You now need the short play too. If you're serious about netting $1 million this year, it can't just be from this, because you don't have the time. The influencer world takes time, right? This is the long play that makes you a multi-millionaire for sure. But we need a system that gets you there now, quicker also. So it's a mix of both. So honestly, here's my main homework for you. I don't really have much more to say to you than this, because I think this is like your immediate steps. Cut off agents, cut off all agents except the ones you have really good relationships with. Immediately create a system of new wholesalers, and absolutely stop the 50-50 bullshit. Like, that's where you're at in your business. You are beyond 50-50. That's crazy to me, right? It's always just, if you think my deal is good, dispo it at that price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck are we paying an under buy number if I'm the one giving you the buy number, in my opinion, you know? And honestly, with that, that'll just be, that's just going to be those three things are going to do absolute fuck ton for your business, right? Your partnership with the guy, it sounds like it's going well. I'm not going to say rip that Band-Aid off either. Like, I might keep it and see how it goes, but you got to like start. Oh, and also create a KPI system, the whole KPI system. That's homework number 4. Okay. Is like making sure you create a KPI system for like getting deals from wholesalers that I was talking about, right? And ask for Jamil's advice on that more than mine, because he probably has some numbers that he could shoot your way already that his Zach people do. You know, those 4 things, you will be on a way better path than what you're on right now. You do those things because you're going to free up a fuck ton of time from the agents, which is great. You're going to double your revenue immediately by cutting out the 50-50.
That'll feel good.
Yeah. So I don't really have much more advice for you than that. Everything else is like just not as important as those things, and I don't want to overwhelm you, because there's probably a million things that need to happen in a business at any given point, but like, that's number 1.
Yeah. Well, how about this? I'm going to go implement this immediately. And then maybe down the line, we do another one. And it's it'd be really
cool. Down, dude. I think this stuff is fun. I really like helping out other people. I want to help out your audience understanding, right? I don't know if Howard was doing 50-50 with you, but my bad on that. He's not doing 50-50 with you anymore. Sorry.
That's okay.
Howard, again, is Nate underwriting your deals and like giving you a buy number? Because then it's worth 50-50. Or do you have an underwriter and you actually are able to underwrite the deals? That's what it depends on, in my opinion, right?
I'm underwriting.
Nate's not going to give you a buy number and not do 50-50, right? Like, you have to be able to dispo a deal on your own then, if you're going to do it. But Nate just easily has the resources to dispo his own deal. So it doesn't make sense to do 50-50, you know? So.
Yeah. With Howard, it's like we're underwriting, you know, we got him in the community, like a lot of intense mentoring.
Yeah, bro. If he's underwriting your deals, dude, Howard, sorry, bro. You're still a 50-50 type of guy. Until you have your own buyers list and can have a dispo system at all, then no, you're supposed to be. That's who you do 50-50 with. Nathan has a full ass dispo system and an underwriter and a dispo manager. It makes I don't need to keep saying it over and over again. Yeah. But yeah, let's do it down the road. It'll be fun.
Okay, so let's plug Jonah. Guys, obviously Jonah is super freaking awesome, super helpful. Thank you so much for that, bro. Like, you literally made me a lot of money just in that piece of advice.
You doubled your business.
Thank you.
Logically, I doubled your business.
Logically, you doubled my business. Now I'm going to go implement it. And we'll do a follow-up. We'll do a follow-up to show that, you know, this works if we take action. Now, Jonah, how do people find you and like, you know, like your Scorch podcast? That is top shit.
The best place to find me is Instagram, which is just my name, Jonah Korchin. That's the best place if you want to reach out to me. If you want the best content, in my opinion, this year I'm way more focusing on YouTube. All of my reels just lead into YouTube videos at this point, because YouTube videos is like where I want to start growing my community. Yep, Profit and Paradox. That's my podcast with Quijano. That has nothing to do with real estate. I got to figure out whether I want Profit and Paradox might get off of my main channel, because my main channel I want to focus more on real estate. And Profit and Paradox I want to start. We're trying to build a different channel with that. But anyways, we're trying to figure that out. But yeah, YouTube. I release a YouTube video every Friday, once a week. Yesterday, I released the KPIs for real estate agents, the exact KPIs to make $1 million business, right? I literally released that yesterday. So yeah, if you guys want, you can follow me on Instagram, but really YouTube is where most of the sauce is. That's where like the sauce of like actually making money is going to be YouTube. Instagram is just like if you want like short versions of YouTube at this point for me, right? I used to make specifically Instagram reels, but I don't do that anymore. So yeah, that'll be like a good time. Yeah, that's really, you guys can find me, come hang out, message me on Instagram if you want to talk. And yeah, no, I'm just here hanging out, making deals happen.
I love it. And guys, Jonah's Instagram is actually above the fold as well. So if you go in the description, you'll see, just click his Instagram, go give him a follow. I've actually been like indulging in your Scorch the Fears podcast. There was this one episode, and I think it was actually you and Tyler in the episode. No, it was Mohammed. No, Mamusa. Fuck, I pronounced his name wrong. John Galon's old partner, and y'all were talking about like scaling. That one, I literally that one stuck out the most. But that was like 8 months ago that I watched it, and like that's when like I brought everybody in the Discord.
I think it was just alive. I don't think that was Scorch the Fears. But I release a lot of really good content, guys. Like there's a lot of good stuff on there, right? That episode that you're talking about, that wasn't a Scorch the Fears. That was just us like interviewing Mahmoud and being like, dude, how the fuck do we make, you should rewatch that episode, because I think that was about micro flipping specifically, if I remember correctly. But yeah, because Mahmoud is a god at micro flipping. He is also someone you should like hit up to talk about KPIs and like what are the correct KPIs. Because I don't really do micro flipping in the dispo wholesale model. I do it as just like something that comes from my social media, where like people are like, dude, I want to send you a deal. It's like, great. I'll just plug you in, I guess. That's cool with me. I don't fucking know. I got like my agents to deal with, but I'm down. I'm down for more money, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, bro, thank you. Thank you for giving me room to breathe in my business.
Yeah.
And helping me.
You just need someone who knows what you need. It really helps. It's always good to ask somebody who's like just a couple steps ahead. Like, okay, what the fuck are we doing here? Right?
I agree. Awesome. Well, bro, much love. Appreciate you. Guys, go check him out on YouTube. Go check out Jonah's Instagram, and we'll have him on for a sequel. Appreciate you, bro.
100%. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody. Peace.
Hello, we are going to go to the top. Dude, when I get that close to the camera.
What are you doing?